From busy life to financial freedom, my journey with YieldMax ETFs. My name's Elisheba. I'm 48 years old, a wife, a mother of 4, and a grandmother of 5. I'm also an author. I've written the 99 series and Ripple, both of which reflect my deep love for storytelling and the power of transformation. For most of my adult life, I've been juggling many roles. I currently work in the insurance industry, a job I appreciate and generally enjoy, but one that keeps me constantly busy. Like so many others, I've often felt like I'm living in a whirlwind. Working, supporting my family, caring for others, and doing my best to stay grounded, all while quietly yearning for more time and space to live the life I actually dream about. Last year, after facing a series of intense family challenges, something in me shifted. It became clear that I needed to make real changes in my life. Not someday, not when things got easier, but now. I didn't have the luxury of quitting my job or walking away from responsibilities, and financially, I wasn't in a place to make big leaps. But I was determined. I knew that if I wanted freedom, real freedom, I had to find a way to create it. That's when I started researching ways to generate passive income. My first stop was cryptocurrency. I'd heard a lot about it and wanted to understand how it worked. I immersed myself in learning, fascinated by the possibilities that blockchain technology and digital assets promised. I still believe in crypto's potential and hold some of it, but like many others, I'm waiting for that much-anticipated altcoin season to roll around. As I continued searching, I came across something that really caught my attention: YieldMax ETFs. These are income-focused, exchange-traded funds designed to pay high monthly dividends, and they use a strategy that involves options trading, specifically covered calls. I was intrigued but cautious. I kept reading, digging into how these funds worked and who they were designed for. When I finally felt confident enough, I decided to take action. In May, I made my very first investment in one of these funds, MSTY, the YieldMax ETF based on MicroStrategy. I purchased just 14 shares. It wasn't a huge amount, but it was enough to test the waters. That month, I received $33.23 in dividends. To some people, that might seem small, but to me, it was powerful. It meant my money had started working for me. It was a turning point, proof that I could build something that generated consistent income without having to trade time for every dollar. Encouraged, I kept going. I didn't throw everything in at once, but I continued building my portfolio slowly and steadily, reinvesting and adding more funds each month. Today, just a few months later, I've grown that portfolio to about $5,000, and it's bringing in around $350 a month in dividends. That monthly income doesn't replace my job, not yet, but it's meaningful. It's tangible progress toward a life with more options, more freedom, and more control over my time. My first major goal is to reach $1,000 a month in dividend income. When I hit that milestone, I plan to reduce my work hours from 40 to 32 hours a week. That extra day each week would give me time to rest, write, create, and connect, things that often get pushed to the side when life is moving too fast. Eventually, I want to fully replace my income and retire on my own terms. But I know that reaching that goal will take time, patience, and consistency, and I'm okay with that. For those unfamiliar with MSTY and how it works, let me break it down in simple terms. MSTY is a covered call ETF, which means it's tied to the performance of MicroStrategy stock. The fund generates income by selling call options, essentially contracts that give someone else the right to buy the stock at a certain price. In return for selling these options, the fund collects a premium, and that premium is distributed to shareholders as monthly income. The trade-off is that your upside potential is capped. If MicroStrategy's stock skyrockets, you won't capture all of those gains, but the goal of MSTY isn't long-term growth, it's income, reliable, high-yield income, paid out month after month. In addition to MSTY, I've also started investing in other YieldMax ETFs, including ULTY, TSYY, XBTY, and NVYY. Each of these funds tracks a different underlying asset, Tesla, Bitcoin, NVIDIA, and uses a similar covered call strategy to produce income. They each behave differently based on market conditions, and I've been learning how to balance and diversify my holdings to manage risk while maximizing returns. In the coming weeks, I plan to create content that breaks down each of these ETFs in detail, sharing what I've learned, what's working for me, and what you should know before investing in them. I'm sharing my journey not because I have it all figured out, but because I believe in the power of starting where you are. I want to encourage others, especially women like me, who are working hard, giving their all, and quietly carrying dreams they haven't yet had time to chase, to know that it's not too late. You don't need to be a financial expert to start building something for yourself. You don't need to wait for permission or for perfect conditions. All you need is a willingness to learn, take action, and trust that small steps can lead to big change. So if you've ever felt stuck in the cycle of work, bills, and obligations, if you've ever wondered what it would feel like to wake up with more choices, more freedom, and more peace, then I invite you to follow along with me. I'll be documenting this journey as honestly and transparently as possible, sharing my wins, my lessons, and even my mistakes. Because I believe we rise higher when we learn and grow together. Let's build lives we don't need to escape from, one dividend at a time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.